Hi everyone, how are you all doing? So, it's been about 3 weeks since my last video. I apologise for the wait. Unfortunately, I seem to have lost my stitchy bug a little bit. So, I've tried to step back a little bit from that. I've been doing other hobbies. I've been trying to cut out squares for a quilt. I've been knitting. We binge watched Wednesday, the Netflix series, which is really good. And just, yeah, I've stepped back a little bit from cross stitch because I don't want to be completely burnt out that I just don't want to do it anymore. So I'm hoping I'm coming through the other end now and I'm starting to feel the urge. I want to do it a little bit more now. So I'll show you my progress. It isn't masses, but we'll take it as it comes. I've got a different background today, so I thought I'd sit in front of my Christmas tree, trying to be a little bit festive. It's a very tacky Christmas tree, don't judge me. My little boy loves the fibre optics on it. I do want a real Christmas tree really, but I just don't want to keep cleaning up the needles right now, and where he bashes like toy cars into it and stuff like that, I know they'll just be everywhere. So for now, this is what we have. I absolutely love some of my decorations though. This was from Etsy. I'll take it off. He's pulled on it, so all the beads are coming off now. But I thought that was really cute. A little moon and stars. We had loads of chocolates on the tree, and that was fine for about a week until he realised that they were chocolates. And then Sydney ate about 5 or 6 in one day. He hasn't found this one yet. Got little polar bears. Very cute. I'm feeling festive this year though. I am really excited. I hope you all get some lovely stitchy gifts. I hope I do. Too. Obviously. So yeah, I'm going to jump straight into it. I have got some haul, which is good. So yeah. So firstly, I'm going to show you the Barn Owl, I think it's called, by Cottage Garden Samplings. I'll put a picture in what it looks like completed, as I don't have a chart to show you. And I will also pop in where I got to last time. And this is where I'm up to now. So I believe I filled in quite a bit up here. I can't remember if I did this bit or not. No, I think it is just the top. To be honest, honestly, I can't remember half these. You'll be able to compare the pictures though. So if I put that here, I'll put the comparison picture here. So yeah, a little bit of progress with this one. My lighting's not very good today because it's probably, well, it's about 8 o'clock at night. But the fabric, I absolutely love that. It's like a khaki green, but it's got hues of pink in it. It's massive. I'm not going to need all of this for this design. I'm thinking that I will probably do another one of the Year in the Woods series on the same fabric, if I've got enough. So that'd be nice. I think this, well actually I know, this is 28 count. I'm doing it over 2 squares. And last time I got a few compliments about my needle minder. This is one I used to stock in my shop actually. So I may be able to source more of these when I reopen. Ooh, the camera went out of focus then. I absolutely love this design, I really do. And I think I like all of them really. I know I definitely want to do the fox, and I definitely want to do the swans, and the bear, and the ferret. Can't think of what else there is. I think the 12th one was a reindeer, which was very cute from what I can remember. Yeah, I can't think of any that I didn't like. I'll have to go back and treat myself at some point. So next up, I will show you my Heaven and Earth. So I'll show you what it looks like. And this is Cradle by Moonlight. I'll show you here. And this one is by, I want to say Molly Harrison, but I'll put a little note in if I'm wrong. And I don't think I got that much done on this, to be honest. Oh, sorry. Too many parked threads. I'm not going to take out the hoop. You can see it's very vibrant. I think, if I hold this close to the camera, I did just put... Actually, no, tell a lie. I did all of this over here. So if I have a picture of before, I'll put it in now, and then we can compare. But I do think I just did this bit over here. Because what I did do was I just used the parked threads that I had for this page in the end. So, I mean, considering it's all confetti, I don't think that's too bad for one night's work. I have been doing the method where I have 5 cross stitches a week, and I do one a night, Monday to Friday, and then I can do whatever I want on the weekend. But I think that is to blame for my, what would you call it? My stitchy bug going for a wander. So, anyways, this one is on, I want to say this is just 25 count linen, but I absolutely love linen now. I'm going to have to buy some more. Show you my needle minder. Again, this is one that I used to stock. Little floral whale. Love it. So that's that one. I'm going to try and pack them up as I go along. Now I've moved over to tent stitch on my newer ones though, doing a full cross on Heaven and Earths. It just feels like a ball ache, to be honest. So I'm envisioning this video being quite a lot shorter today, actually. I say that and then I'll start rambling on. But next up is Moon Maiden. It's a Janling kit. You've seen this before. I just think it's beautiful. And as I've mentioned before, I started this one, or I think I bought it on eBay just after I had Sydney. It was just the whole mama with baby. Feeling maternal. Made me buy it. And I will put in a before picture. Because I can't see this picture, the before pictures as I'm inserting them, it's making it hard to remember what I did previously. Here I am now. I think I did the darker bit along the side of the moon, but I could be wrong. But this one's actually really coming along. I'm not going to take it out of the hoop, but I don't think that this is going to be too much more work. Although the back stitch, there's quite a lot to it, and there's also a lot of like gold filament, Krennic. So we'll see how that goes. But oh yeah, needle minder. I've got Stitch. I'm not like the biggest Disney fan really, but Lilo and Stitch was one that stuck with me. Absolutely love Lilo and Stitch. And I also have a Stitch jumper somewhere. Makes me feel like a big kid, which is always good to feel young. So what I was going to say about all these projects, as I was explaining, but I forgot, was my goals for them on my next year's Wipgo board. So the Moon Maiden one, my goal is to just finish it. The Barn Owl is to just finish it, because they're not massive designs. And what was the first one I showed you? It's been a long day chasing around my toddler. I apologise. Oh, and then the Heaven and Earth one, I think it will just be a page finish for that one. But because most of that page is just a giant moon, I think a lot of it's just this white colour. So it should be quite quick to just fill it in. Shouldn't take too long. So hopefully all 3 of those I'll be able to mark off on my Wipgo board. I want to apologise if I'm looking in the wrong direction as well. I've actually got my phone flipped round, so I'm used to looking there for the camera, but it's actually there. But either way, I am looking towards you guys. So this isn't even really worth showing you my progress, but it's also another journaling kit. I always enjoy these journaling kits. I think they're really well put together. I think the colours are really nice. The charts are really good. And that's just reminded me of another bit of haul that I'll scuttle off and get in a second. But yeah, I always really enjoy them. This one is absolutely gorgeous. And I'll show you my progress from last time, if I've got a pic here. And I'm on the floor and I've got laminate flooring and everything's in plastic, so when I pick it up it keeps sliding away from me. I have done the most pathetic amount on this. So I believe I literally did a row or 2 of this filling in blue stitch. So this is her chest area, this is the girl's arm, down here will be the bottom of the skirt. Then her feet will be around here somewhere. With loads of flowers. I'm thinking maybe I'll go up and do her head last. Maybe. Actually, tell a lie. So my Wipgo goal for this project is to finish her. So then I can go in and do the flowers after. So I will do her first. Hopefully an achievable goal. Again, I just really want to get this one done. I actually started this one years ago. It was just hidden at my mum's house for a long time. And I think I'd left it there because, well, I'd started it there to keep there to have a project when I was at my mum's house. And now we're grown up, working full time. I never really sit around my mum's house anymore. So I took it home, realised there was a mistake. Which, truthfully, I probably made the mistake and just thought, can't bother with it, and then left it there for ages. But I am really glad that I rectified that. So yeah, my Wipgo is to just finish the girl, which, it's not confetti heavy, it's quite a lot of block colour, it shouldn't be too hard to do. I think that's another achievable goal for Wipgo next year. And I'm sorry if you don't know what Wipgo is. My only advice on that would be to go on Facebook and search for the Wipgo group. And there's all the rules and instructions on how to do that there. Oh, I packed it away. One thing I do love about this, I don't know if you can see, you might be able to see it really close up. It's like an oatmeal-y, I think they call it oatmeal Ada, and I absolutely love that. It's definitely something I'd like to work on again. I think beachy designs would be really nice on oatmeal Ada. So that's that one. Like I said, a few nights, honestly, I'd pick up something. I think there was one that I didn't even bring to show because I picked it up. I've done about 2 or 3 stitches, if that, and then I didn't want to do it. And I think that's the problem with doing the rotation that I'm doing is, so your 5 for the week are already picked out. If you get to that day and you don't really want to do it, fair enough, you could swap it with the other ones for the week. That's absolutely fine. But I was getting to the point where I didn't really want to do any of the out of the 5 that I'd chosen. And then, yeah, it was a wasted hobby evening, really. But then, who knows, if I've lost my stitchy bug, that might just be it alone. That might be why I'm not working on it. But hopefully it's back. So, this one, I think I've made quite a lot of progress on this one, actually. So, it's this design. Can you see it properly? Is it focused? So this is a design by Susan Bates. she designed, I didn't realise this before, she designed the memory jars I'm doing as well. She's got a shop on Etsy. I'm sure if you search Susan Bates cross stitch, she will come up. I'm not sure if this is on Etsy or not, but this was in April 2020 Cross Stitcher magazine. And I'll show you my before picture here. And I'm really chuffed with the progress on this. Trying to get everything back in. This is where I'm at now. So obviously I haven't seen this the progress picture, before picture, but I believe I basically went in and I filled in all the dark shades first, as you can see on these ones. And then I went back in and I filled the medium colours. I did it on these two, and then I filled these two in. So, I mean, you can definitely tell what that is now. I just need to fill in the middle of the balloon. That's progress. But, let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 14 balloons. I'm not going to get it back out of the folder. In the design, there's 14 balloons. And for my Wipgo, I actually want to get all the balloons finished in 2023. I'm not too worried about the landscape underneath because I think that'd be an unrealistic goal. But I am actually really enjoying working on this one before, whereas it was probably one of my least favourite projects. And it was because when I initially started here, I'd done some orange wrong, so I had to unpick it like way back down, and then I just get disheartened then, so I didn't want to do it. But yeah, seeing it like this, I absolutely love the colours. This orange I used is honestly the most vibrant colour I think I've ever used. There's a little bit of this in my ripples, Heaven and Earth, so that'll be interesting too. And again, I made this needle minder. It's the house from Up, the Disney film Up. These sold out really quick when I had them. And it just seemed fitting for my hot air balloon project. Does anyone else like to match their needle? Well, I'm asking a silly question. I know loads of people match the needle minder to their project. It just seems the right thing to do, doesn't it? Some of my projects don't even have needle minders. I just shove it through the Ada. Some of them do, some of them don't match, but most of the time I do try and match them. Sorry, I've got really itchy legs. So next up, and this one, ignoring the fact it's Joy Sunday, I've discussed that many times before. I think it's a really pretty design. I do enjoy doing this one because I don't need to follow a chart. It's already printed on the fabric. However, it means that I really struggle to show you my progress. So I'll put my before picture up now. And I'll show you what I'm at. And in all honesty, I have no idea what I did. Not the foggiest. I think... I honestly don't know. I can't remember. But I know that I did a fair chunk of this. And I think I filled in some of these flowers. And possibly did these little red bits. But really, you guys probably can't even see what I've stitched and what I haven't because of all the vibrant colours. But from the back, it's not the neatest. But you can see it's certainly coming along. And on my Wipgo board, it is another finish. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to finish this. Right, put that back in there. I'm going to have a little reshuffle. I'm sat on the floor. Oh, and I'm getting a very numb bum. I'm a bit too high up for the camera now. Do you like my pyjamas? They're very thick. They're literally the thickest fleece ever. My boyfriend bought them for Christmas for me. And sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, I can't breathe. I'm so hot. But considering most of us Brits aren't going to be able to afford heating very soon, they'll come in handy. I say as my heating's blasting out, but I like being warm. Anyways, next up is another Heaven and Earth. This one hasn't got a needle minder and also has very minimal progress. However, you can see progress on it. And this one is called Bo Peep. I can't remember who it's by, but it's on Heaven and Earth. If you search Bo Peep, it will come up. And basically, this one is actually charted in 18 count. Start that sentence again. This one is charted for 18 count, which is unusual for Heaven and Earth. And also, it is probably one of the smallest designs on the whole site. So, I've mixed it up. So, it is, I'm pretty sure, it's either on 28 or 32. I can't remember. It's just boring, plain white or cream, even weave, whatever the fabric is. And I'll show you my before picture. And this is it now. So I've done this bit coming over here. So not masses of progress. Oh, I think I filled in a bit here as well. Considering I think before I just had a little bit of the green done. I think that was just it. So again, I don't think this is going to be too hard to crack on with. And my Wipgo goal for this is a page finish. I don't think it will take very long. Well, it will, because it's Heaven and Earth and there's probably thousands of stitches in one page. But considering the size of it, which I can't remember, I want to say it was only like 5 by 8 inches on 18 count. So considering it's on 28 or 32, it's even smaller than that. It's going to be tiny. So fingers crossed I can make some good progress on that one. And finally, with my progress, I've shown this quite a few times. I think I did this one as I was coming out of my stitchy bug, and it was like, I'll do cross stitch. That isn't really cross stitch. It is cross stitch, but different. And that's my Wipgo cushion. And again, I think I made quite good progress on this. Sorry, I've just found something sparkly on my floor. Sparkles, probably off the tree. Let's get it out and see. I'll show you my progress, my before picture now. And since, hello, I have, so I'm still sticking to the side of it. Sit back a bit. I filled out like all of the berries. I think it's quite cool. Like, you can see what the picture is, and then what I've done is all like, I don't know what the right word would be, dynamic. I'm going to just say dynamic, sorry if I'm wrong. Either way, I like it. It's coming out good. I feel like I've made good progress with this. I did cheat a little bit and I came out and went around the eye. But it's because I didn't want to change the thread, the wool, so I just got a bit lazy with that. I'm still a bit funny with the texture of this, but I'm adjusting. It just doesn't feel very nice, but that's because it's rough and I wouldn't know what it's made out of. Like, it's like twine, stiff twine. But, and I will warn anyone who buys the kit, the threads just come in a massive dollop. Which is okay, because you'll look through and you think, oh, I'm going to do a bit of red next. And you literally find a bit of red and you go, and then you're ready. So it is easier than doing normal cross stitch. Before, I was really against getting any more of these. But I want more. I'm going to get an owl cross stitch thing, the owl one. I'm going to ask for it for my birthday in March. And Although I did say to my boyfriend just now, and this will lead on to my haul in a bit, in 2023 I'm thinking of not really buying anything cross-stitchy apart from if I need threads or extras, because with the haul I'm about to show you and the haul that I'm going to go pick up tomorrow, I have so much that I could do. I've got stash, I've got magazine charts coming out my ears, I have a Readly subscription, so I could go through all the magazines and get even more charts if I wanted. I have loads of PDF files, I have some unstarted kits, I have what I'm about to show you. I also have knitting projects I've started. I've just started a quilting project, so I'll show you that. So basically, while I haven't felt up to stitching, I started two things. I'll show you my knitting first. So basically, one day my little boy said to me, "Mummy, can you make me a jumper?" And I was a bit like, what? Because I don't think he's seen me knitting before. Come to think of it, he must have seen me knitting because I made him a bunny, but he was quite a bit younger. But the fact that he's associated that with making a jumper, I think is quite intelligent. So anyway, I don't have masses of knitting patterns for kids' clothes. I think I have like 3 or 4 books. So we flicked through them, and it was this book, which is lovely, by the way. Patterns Playdays book 4. And these are like 1 years all the way up to 6 years. This is actually my mum's. I pinched it. So initially, this has got nothing to do with what I'm about to show you. Initially, I'd started this and I'd got quite far with it. And it was just so time consuming. He would have outgrown it before I even finished it. So I frogged that. Anyway, so he was going through this book and I'm thinking, you know, please just pick something really simple. I'm not very speedy at knitting anymore. It's a hobby that I've fallen out of. I'd got rid of 90% of my stash previously because I just thought, I'm not going to do this hobby very often. And to be honest, it's not a favourite of mine. I do have to be in the mood to knit and things do take me a while. But anyway, I thought I'll humour you, I'll do what you ask because it's really cute that you're showing interest in my hobbies at the ripe old age of 2 years old. So anyway, he picked this one, which is adorable. The only thing is, the whole thing is done in this rib stitch, which means you knit one and then you purl one. And when I knit, I don't flick the thread like some people and do it quickly. I put my needle in and I sort of pinch it, let go, and then put the thread round. So doing that and then having to do it for the purl as well, it's very time consuming for me. But anyway, I spent a few days doing gauge squares and my gauge was all wrong. So I had to downsize my needles in the end. But I got there and now I've started on the back. He even picked the wool and he's picked this gorgeous turquoisey blue colour, and this is the back so far. So the bottom of it's this lovely moss stitch, and then all of this is done in this sort of I don't know what they call it, like a dropped rib pattern. So on the reverse, when you purl, I'm actually slipping every other stitch to create this pattern. The texture of the fabric it's creating is lovely though. Even though I'm a slow knitter, I think I'm a very neat knitter, and I don't know, I'm pretty happy with the progress so far. Well, I've done it in age 3 to 4, and his birthday's at the end of February, so I'm hoping maybe I can just crack on with it and have it as a little birthday present, even though kids hate getting clothes for birthdays, Christmas, don't they? They look at it and they go, thanks. But knowing that he's wearing something I made will make me happy, and I know it'll make him happy too, so I'll carry on with that. And then lastly, I decided to make a quilt. So I have this massive bit of batting upstairs. It's been in my cupboard for ages, and I've decided to make a quilt with it. I have 2 massive, like, I don't know, 24-litre tubs full of fabric. So I thought I'll do a stash busting quilt, try and get down as much fabric as possible, because again, sewing is not a hobby that I do very often. So I'm going to try and use up all my supplies, and then I'm going to just buy stuff as I go along for these projects. I'm never going to do that cross stitch, but for sewing, I do think I just don't need it all in stash. So anyway, I need 810 squares cut out, and so far I'm about 300. Bearing in mind this is just I've been using my scraps at the moment. So I've cut out 126 of these anchors, which I think are very cute. I've wrapped them all in kitchen roll and then put the numbers on them. This one, unfortunately, whenever I cut them, I can never seem to line it up with the picture. Oh, I've got one at least. There you go. It's a repeat of loads of little VW caravans, camper vans, whatever you want to call them. It's not focusing, is it, on that one? Anyway, you get the picture. So, I've got 44 of those. I've got 58 of the same anchor, but in grey. So I've decided to do it all in sort of bluey tones. So I have got a few greys. I've got some white and some really light blue. But mainly it is deeper shades. So that's practically white, isn't it? It's a bluey white. And, got this. I don't want to keep taking them out. Like a flower design. It's just plain blue. I do love this fabric though. It's Peter Rabbit and his mommy. What's gonna focus? Focus, focus. How do I get focus? I don't know how to focus on it. Either way, you get the gist. Come on, focus, you giant piece of shit. I'm gonna get annoyed. Oh, keep tapping the phone. Had it then for a second. Go on, go on, go on. Focus. I give up, but you get the gist anyway. And then what's in the last one? I think the last one's just a mix. Yeah, so I've got some white and then stripes. So I've got about 300 pieces cut out so far. I need 810. But to be honest with you, it's been quite nice in the evening sitting there with... I've just had a little table in front of me and a cutting mat. And then my... what do I call them? Like a rotary blade. But oh my god, they are so sharp. Honestly, I didn't even cut into myself. I skimmed myself ever so gently. I didn't even feel it. And I managed to... God, nothing's focusing. I've got a gash on my thumb. So, and it bled so much. And because I'm a savage, I just literally got a bit of scrap fabric, wrapped it around, tied it taut. But, yeah, I have been enjoying doing this. I know that my opinion of it will probably change once I'm at the actual sewing stage. And to be honest with you guys, I think my sewing machine might be out of tension. And I'm not going to take it to a shop and pay a silly amount of money to get it fixed. If that's the case, this will become a hand sewing project. But the thought of stitching 810 squares together and then binding the edges and then quilting the whole thing is a bit daunting. So, but I do think I have a second sewing machine at my mum's. So there are options here, there are options. So I'm getting a real numb bum sat on the floor. Lastly, I'll move on to my haul. So, looking on Facebook Marketplace, some woman had a post up on Facebook Marketplace saying, big box of cross stitch for sale, £5. So I was like, okay. So me being jammy, I thought she was just trying to shift them and was going to sell the whole lot of £5. Obviously that wasn't the case. They were £5 each. Well, on further inspection, they're not even £5 each. Basically, I chose a bundle that I wanted, asked her how much, and I think she charged me £20 for 6 cross stitches in the end. So, was it 6? I think it was £20 for the 6. So, anyway, I went to collect them, and the ones I chose were all Country Companions, because I remember my mum stitching Country Companions in the 90s when I was a child, and I've got really itchy legs today, sorry. I just think they're really cute, and these are still vintage designs. They're a bit pixelated, jaggy, whatever you want to call them, but they are lovely. So bearing in mind, I paid 20 quid for 6 full kits in their packaging, and they're large kits as well. So the first one is this one. Try not to get a glare on it now. The lighting's probably not going to work. And it's a Christmas design. Look at the little baby hedgehog. So cute. And yeah, it's just still in the original packaging. Although, I've just had a moment with this one. Oh no, it's good. I was like, there's no fucking fabric in it. But it's good, it's good. There is one that is open, but I don't think it has been like open to be used. I think the packaging's just split. Because you can see that everything's still there. Although the threads have started to be organised. So maybe she did plan to do it. But seriously, this woman had a lot. Very lovely woman, but she had a lot of cross stitches. And most of them just aren't my taste. This one's a limited edition. I don't know why. And oh, it's just so cute. What I didn't realise is a lot of the Country Companions were actually made for W.H. Smith. So they were marketed as, look, this one, it says design exclusive to W.H. Smith. So it's the third one. Again, I think Mama and Baby Hedgehog. I don't know. I don't know whether it reminds me of my mama, or it reminds me of me and Sid, or I think it's just nostalgia from childhood. But I love them. And they are so like 80s, 90s, aren't they? Sorry, I think I skimmed through the last one pretty damn quick. So I'll go back to it. It's them peeking over the fence. Next one. Try not to get glare. This one makes you laugh. Naughty bunnies shaking the snow onto their heads. Give us a little face. Look. So cute. And then I love this one. I think this one's my favourite. And then this one. This one's probably the biggest one, actually. I think the little jumper, the bunny's jacket just says bun bun. Looks a bit pissed, so I might have to, I'll fix that up so it's a little bit clearer when I do it. But again, they're just so cute. And I can just imagine them on maybe my staircase going up in a set. So, that is my haul. Actually, I've got one more piece. Bear with me. I'm going to scuttle off and grab it quickly. Oh, got such such a yum bomb. See. There it is. So, I don't know about you guys, but when I have paper charts, I don't actually make working copy, but I do like to use highlighters on paper charts. And I was in WH Smith's and I came across this. It is a jumbo scented highlighter by Tink. And anyway, I saw this and I was like, oh, that'll be handy for my cross stitch because I'm always losing them down the side of the sofa. This one's not going anywhere, it's massive. But it's scented. Oh, smells so good. I was laughing though because when I was at school they used to tell you off for sniffing pens and try and get a bit high. But oh, it's the most tangerine-y. Do you know, like the most artificial tangerine, I don't know, body wash from Body Shop from back in the day? Oh, it just smells so good. Anyway, so the same lady that I bought those off of messaged me today and she said, I've found 11 more Country Companions. I forgot I even had them. So she sent me pictures. I like all of them. So I said, how much do you want from them then? Thinking she'd want like 40, 50 quid. And she said to me, 25 quid? I'll have them. Hell yes, I'll have them. Thing is, money's a bit tight now, but I will find money. I will scrape together my money. 11 cross stitches for £25, all brand new in the packaging. Absolutely. And I mean, most of them still have their price tags on. A lot of them were £5.99 in the early 90s or maybe late 80s. So in today's money, that's probably like 20 quid each. Maybe not that much, but you know, it would be definitely closer to the £20 mark. I mean, some of these, was it this one? No, some of these still had the original price tags on. So this rather sizely chart kit back in the day was £9.95. Like, I'm sorry, but like, fuck, would you pay £10 for that these days? Probably looking at more like 30 quid. I don't know where this was from. It's actually got a date on it, 1992. So that was £10 in 1992. I'm not being funny, a pack of fags was like £2.50 when I was born in 91. So, and now they're like £14. So that's, yeah, this would be close to like 30 quid. I'm sure of it. So my 25 quid for 6 just felt like such a bargain. But I can't wait to pick up the other 11 though. I think there's one big size one and I think the 10 others are smaller sized. They are smaller sized than this. But they're not tiny. They're not like magazine chart, you know, magazine freebie, that sort of tiny. They're sort of midway point. Sort of like Me Too Bear size. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I've spent way too much money on cross stitch this month, considering I haven't even been cross stitching, and I do think I need a band now. But these Country Companions take me back to Wipgo because I'm doing a Country Companion at the moment, and it is on my Wipgo board, with a goal just to finish it. I think I'm going to. So each time I finish a Country Companions, I'm going to replace it with another one. Like another Country Companions. To try and get through them all. Because I'm going to have... I've already got one kitted up upstairs. That isn't part of what I've just bought. So that'll be 17 to do. All Country Companions. I mean, they are simple. They're all quite blocky colours. So it shouldn't be crazy to do. But equally, I think some of them, like looking at this, I don't know, that one's not too bad. I think some of them can be quite backstitch heavy. Well, I think that's what they used to do, didn't they? Like the old charts, they were very block in colour, and then they relied on the backstitch to create the picture quite a lot of the time. So yeah, so when I finish the one I'm doing now, I'll then replace it with a different one. I'm more than likely going to do the one that I've already kitted up upstairs next, only because I really want the folder back that it's in, so I can kit other things up. So yeah, Wipgo. I have been filling mine out. Oh, I think I completely forgot my phone's about to die, so if it suddenly cuts out, I'll say goodbye and thank you for joining me. But on my Wipgo, I've started filling it out. I've got goals on there now, but I also want to do 23 in 2023, and I'm at 21, so I need 2 new starts before New Year to add to my Wipgo board, and then come New Year next year, I must still only be at 23 projects or less. I'm hoping for less, but it does mean that if I finish 5 cross stitches in the year, I can also start 5 more. I am going to let myself be like that, because I know what I'm like, and then what will happen is I'll break those rules, and then I'll feel dead bad about it. So I think I'll stick to those rules. I think I forgot to say about my Vivacco, the hedgehog cushion. That is also one I think I can finish. It's quite a quick design, so that's down as a finish. Most of my Heaven and Earths, they've either been put down as a page finish, or if I'm not working on them page by page, I've put down 10,000 stitches. So I've aimed big this time. I'm gonna bosh through my projects, and because the rotation that I'm doing now is doing my head in, I think it'd be so nice to have like 2 numbers called a month. And because for each number on Wipgo I've got a project, it means that I only have 2 projects that I'm working on in that month, which means I can focus on them more. And then if I get fed up with them, I mean, there's nothing stopping you working on anything else. It just means that you might not reach your goal for Wipgo, like in the month that is called, which is absolutely fine. But I'll also have my knitting and my quilting. So anyway, my phone is literally like 5%, 3%. So I'm gonna close this down now. I just want to say thank you so much for all my new subscribers. I'm now over 230 subscribers. I never thought that many people would want to watch me. So it's a nice feeling, and I want to say thank you to all the other Flosstubers who I communicate with. You know who you are. I won't name drop this